Welcome back, everybody. Well, what I learned about nuclear power during our little break convinced me that the layout that I was using over there was completely incorrect. Uh, I think I think the most efficient way to do this is to have the rods made somewhere else, probably close to where the node is. I mean, it's way up on top of a mountain, so we're probably going to have to use one of my conveyor towers to bring it down closer to the ground, and from there we'll use vehicles to move that material around the map where it needs to go for processing and to become the nuclear power or the nuclear fuel rods, which will then just be transported to the facility to be burned off. And that's where the nuclear waste will also be. So we will need a facility over there, but the only facility that I'm going to build near the nuclear power plant is the one that's basically put there for the purposes of processing the waste and sinking it. We're not going to try to do plutonium rods or any of that nonsense. That's just far too much work. So what we're going to do, especially considering, I mean, this is still the problem with the nuclear power plants, and I hope that I keep saying this, but I hope that Satisfactory, I hope that Coffee Stain deals with this problem in the. I'm just going to erase this. This is something I was working on with that former layout, but you know what? I might still end up using it. The the idea was that you would have the what am I trying to say? Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of logistics that goes into using nuclear power plants just for them to produce, 12,000 or 20,000 megawatts, it's just really not worth it. I mean, we're going to do it because I want to practice. I want to do it, but it's just not worth it. I mean, you can use a fuel generator and create 27,000 power and no waste product. At least the any waste product that's produced is sinkable. You can send it into the awesome sink or use it to make other stuff, and it's not like dangerous for you to have it in your inventory or be proximate to it. So it really just makes no sense how much additional logistics goes into doing nuclear power. Yeah, I mean, I'm now encountering that same part of my playthrough that I have often run into with Satisfactory, where I'm like, why bother? I've got a bunch of pure fuel, pure crude oil nodes that I'm not using for anything. I could produce just buttloads of fuel and just have power plants as far as the eye can see. I mean, those things produce 175 power. You can overclock them, and they don't put off any waste product that you have to deal with. I mean, it really is a very wasteful process. And if they made it so that you could sink the nuclear waste, then it would be worth it. But because the nuclear waste is unsinkable and you've got to find a way of dealing with it, it's not really worth it. But again, we're going to go ahead and do it because I want the practice. But I really hope that Satisfactory or Coffee Stain comes up with a better way of doing that. Let's see. We're going to call this one the nuclear fuel and slash waste. Oh, it won't let you do that. Belt. Mark 1 fuel belt. And outgoing Mark 3 waste belt. Yeah, I'm going to pop that on there. I mean, I'm sure that they are gonna address that, because I just it's a total, excuse my French, a total clusterfuck for logistics. Like, just the amount of stuff you've got to do to build it, it doesn't produce enough power for it to be worthwhile. It would have to produce almost 3 times the power that it produces for it to be worth it. Because yeah, you can overclock it and maximize its output, but you still have that waste product. And so no matter how much power you get out of each machine, if you're burning it all up in infrastructure just to deal with its pissing contest, then I really don't see the point in it. But, again, this playthrough is about practice, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm just very annoyed by that. So first we're going to just take a look at what some of the recipes are we have access to. So we've got the regular uranium fuel rod and the alternate uranium fuel rod. Now, I can already say I don't want to do the alternate, because it requires beacons, which are being taken out in the 1.0 release anyway, and the oscillators, which we already know what you have to go through to make oscillators. So this one makes 1 fuel rod, and it pops it out so you would have to overclock it, basically. Let's go out there and get some power shards. I should have had some on me. Oh, God. I jumped off the scaffolding incorrectly, and it took away my momentum. Yeah, they've really got to address that. That's just asinine. But, like I said, that's something I've run into in every single playthrough of Satisfactory. I mean, my first playthrough, it was before they had a comprehensive way of dealing with the waste. It was just this thing you couldn't sink, and so you had no choice but to stick it in a bucket. And so I was like, well, eventually all my containers are going to be full, and so how many dumping sites am I going to have to make? And I already have like half the elevator parts in, so what's the point? Okay, right, power shards, so I can get an estimate of how much material I'm going to be needing to do this. So let's We'll just take 10. I don't think I'm going to need that, but yeah, most of the tutorials I watched said that, you know, the entire build is going to use maybe 25 power shards. So, I mean, we've got over 200 in there, so I'm not really concerned with it. I mean, the main reason I'm doing this is just because our power grid will not support a super factory that I need to build this these elevator parts. So that's the main reason I'm doing this. So if we overclock it 3 times, that will give us 1 per minute, which I think sounds like what you should make. You know, so if you have, like, let's say 3 machines. So if we're running 3 machines like that, get my paper here. This is where I took all my notes for the supercomputer factory, so may as well start there. Alright, so it's going to need 50 encased uranium cells. So say 150 encased uranium cells. Nine encased industrial beams. And 5 electromagnetic control rods, 15. So 15 electromagnetic control rods. Electromag con rods. Alright, well, that seems pretty expansive, in fact. Let's see what it would take to make 150 encased industrial or encased uranium cells. I believe that's done in the assembler. Is it not? And that seemed like all that was up at the top, but it's all plutonium stuff. Huh. Is it done in a constructor? Or no, it must be done in the blender. Yeah, they don't really have anything they need. Yeah, it's got to be a blender. Yeah, and I heard the big one is absolutely do not use the alternate fertile uranium. They said that, you know, because it uses some of your uranium, like you're mixing good uranium in with the waste to make it into this fertile uranium, and it actually lowers production overall because it's consuming some of your uranium from the top of the production. Encased uranium cell. So of course it takes in sulfuric acid, and then it's going to kick out sulfuric acid as well. I mean, how fucking stupid is that? Why would you have a byproduct that's the same? Ugh, God. I mean, they just did just nothing to, like, try to make this make any sense. Alright, well, let's see if we got any other recipes for that. Oh, here's one that does not use... Oh, that does it in a manufacturer. Well, didn't I just pop that up? I just popped up a manufacturer. Yeah, fuck that. Let's do it in the manufacturer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the one that's recommended. Yeah, so you need quick wire. Okay. Uranium, silica, no problem there. I can fly that in by drone. Sulfur may also have to be flown in by drone. And quick wire, I'm hoping I can do that. Ooh, that might be tough. I mean, I am making a lot of extra quick wire at the supercomputer factory. So, okay, let me just see here. So I said I needed to have 150 of these. 150, and it makes 20 per minute. So if I had 3 of them at maximum overclock, they could do it. And the silica too looks fine. And the sulfur probably fine. The big problem would be the quick wire, but let me look something up here. What do they call it? Let's go over here and figure out the name of it so I know what to search for. Yeah, not that one. This one. All right. How many? Come on, man. Jesus Christ. I don't understand why it doesn't want to type on this line. Oh, I just cleared the whole line. Alright, Satisfactory. How many uranium fuel rods do you need for, let's say 9, not 90, 9. Power plants. Remember, I was going to do 6 and then overclock each to 50%, so that would be 9. In Satisfactory, you can produce 50.4 uranium fuel rods per minute using alternate recipes. Each rod burns for 5 minutes at full power. Wow. Each one burns for 5 minutes consumption, which means that 252 nuclear power plants can be sustained. But that's what the 50 he's talking about. We're talking about making 12. These plants combined can produce 637 gigawatts, 630 gigawatts, but after subtracting the power used to run the system, which is 44.5 gigawatts, the net power generated is about 585.5 gigawatts. Yeah, well, we ain't doing nothing nothing that expansive. So, one power plant. This is what I'm looking for. One power plant needs 0.2 uranium fuel rods per minute. So 5 plants need 1 per minute. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So if I'm gonna do 9 plants, if I'm making 2 per minute, that should be enough to sustain 10 plants. And so I'd have 1 that was kind of the one to offset, right? So I don't mind having an overproduction of 1. Yeah, that doesn't sound bad at all. Okay, so that changes that. So then it doesn't need to be 3 times. It only needs to be 2 times. So that's going to change some numbers. That gives us a little bit, I'm just trying to figure out how to get, close here. All right, so then we need, instead of, we're going to need 80. How did it go down so much? Oh, no. Yeah, we just need 2 of these instead of 1, so we need 100. Yeah. I'm glad I caught that. That would have messed up my math. Okay, so we need 100 encased uranium cells, 6 encased industrial beams. That's a lot easier to do, and 10 of the electromagnetic control rods. Okay. So, all right. So that's what we're going to work on right now. Building the blueprints to build that. And then that'll give me an idea of what kind of resources we're going to have to find. And, all that fun stuff. So we don't need these now. They were just to help me do math. All right. So first things first, we need to make the uranium encased uranium cells. Okay, and that again was in the manufacturer. Okay, so encased uranium cells. Yeah, so now I need 2 of these. Yeah, all right. So that doesn't actually sound as bad, honestly. All right, so we're going to need 120, 125 uranium. Which is also good news because one of the things that I was concerned with is that the uranium deposit that I have found that's close enough to our infrastructure to be able to exploit it quickly is an impure node, and with a Mark III miner, it would only pull 120 per minute. But this is saying it would only use 125, so that means 1 power shard and barely overclocking it just to produce 125. Okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. So we need 125 uranium. Looks like 75. Yeah, 75 silica. That's actually not that bad either. 75 silica. Yeah, that's already accounted for too. We already have that in the infrastructure. And then we're going to need 125 sulfur. And this is the tough one here. So still not that bad, but I may have to I may have to develop that somewhere else because I don't know about, because this is a pretty high number, and I know that I'm overproducing it at the supercomputer factory, but am I overproducing it by 375? I mean, maybe. I do remember when I was putting that together that I was really making a lot of it, but I don't know about all that. 375, oof. Because I mean that's basically everything that two of my blueprints makes. I'm pretty sure. Let's look here. 375. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and write that down so I don't lose track of it. 375 quick wire. All right, so that is that. Yeah. And that just covers the encased uranium cells that I have to make. But that's the hardest thing, because the other one is encased industrial beams, and you need 6. I mean, yeah, I don't have it right now in the I don't have it right now in the infrastructure, but that's not really going to be a big load. Yeah, I'm not really overly concerned with that. And now that I think about it, didn't we find a bunch of stuff behind the oscillator plant? Like I found a quick wire. Remember when we were exploring yesterday? I found I had stuck a miner on it. There's just a miner back there, like stuck on one. So I could probably produce the quick wire right back there. I know there's some sulfur back there too. So then I would have to have. Yeah, I don't know. That would be a tough ask, because then I would be relying on a drone to fly uranium in, and I mean it would be possible. It would be possible, but man, that's God. If only it was just a little closer to the rest of the infrastructure, because I don't mind transporting the uranium somewhere, but on a drone, it's got to be a truck. If it's coming anywhere, it's got to be a truck that's bringing it, right? Because you got to have that capacity. I mean, I could do it by train. I mean, that's one thing. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. I mean, one thing I could do is just set up a drone pad and just stuff it full of quick wire and have him deliver in the quick wire in. I mean, I've got a pretty killer recipe for making the quick wire. Yeah, speaking of, that's what we're going to look at to see how much those produce, because that recipe is let's see here. Assembler's quick wire. Yep. So that's the one I've been using. That's being used at the supercomputer factory too. It uses an alternate recipe where it primarily uses copper, and that's the one thing. Since it primarily uses copper, we might be able to just run it right there, just because I know that there's other copper deposits nearby, so I wouldn't even have to worry about pulling off of that. Because I mean the 3 of those are only using. Let me take a look here. Because they're using, let's see, 7.5 times 3 equals 22. So times 3. Yeah, they're only using 67.5. What's the recipe for that? So that's times 3. So yeah, actually that's using up 202.5 of the ore that's coming out of there. So I could overclock that and run a splitter from it. Yeah. Yeah. And then I just run another, basically flip that whole piece around and have another section on the other side. Because, yeah, I mean, these things are producing 90. So let's see, 90 times 3 is 270. And we need to have 375. So if I have 2 of them, yeah, they're making 540. 2 of them would be making 540. So that's definitely enough for this project. I just have to have, a similar setup on the other side, which if you remember, the third location that I had picked for the supercomputer factory had all that same stuff on the other side over there. There's another iron deposit and another copper deposit right over there. And I think that the copper deposit's a normal one, and the one we're using right now is a pure one. But you got to remember that one is supporting many more things than just the quick wire. It's also supporting the machines that are making the copper sheets and oh hey there, 101. I'm sorry I didn't see you. Just working on some math for my very first nuclear power plant in this playthrough. So 540. Yep. So I think that could be done. So I think we could source that. So then, what's the next thing on the list? The sulfur. I guess I could go over there and see if there's any sulfur readings. Silica's already sourced. Uranium is sourced. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's all right. Well, somebody came in and said hello and then just left. That's a shame. I would have liked the ad. It would have been nice. Masso. Okay. Yep. So let's get over there to the Rocky Desert and we'll do some material scans to see if I can find some sulfur nearby. Actually, it don't matter if it's nearby. It could be far away. Okay. Autosave deciding to take over for a minute. I think it's that pillar right there in my crosshairs. I think that's where the uranium is. So maybe we should aim close to that. I mean, we don't have to land up there. There ain't no real point in landing up there. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. Yep. Yep. It's the uranium deposit. All right, so this is a good place to start some scans. See if we can get some sulfur around here. Looks like the answer is no. Yeah. 1.2 kilometers away. If it's close enough to the existing infrastructure, I might be able to use some coal as fuel for the truck. I mean, at this point, I'm like not far from it. I'm what, 600, 700 meters away? Oh, it faded off. All right, let's get that. Yeah, we're coming down now. Ah, jeez. Fucking hogs. Why you think I wanted flower petals? Come on. Alright, I think it's right here. Fucking pigs. Okay, it's right here. Oh, one even closer. Oh yeah. I think this is the one that I found in here. So yeah. Yeah, so this is a normal and an impure. Yeah. Yeah, so I could probably, let's see, where am I at? And that would be a hell of a bus. But I could use a bus to get it out to the road and then use a truck to bring it the rest of the way. If I could get it close enough to my existing infrastructure. Yeah, like right there. Oh, shut up. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad, right? I could widen out the road a little bit here and make like a mid-sized parking lot with enough space for a truck to turn around, and then just run a bus all the way over there. And it's close enough to this infrastructure here that I'm pretty sure we could get some coal over here to run it. Yeah, right here. There's 2 untapped nodes. So I could run that right there. There you go. So then the sulfur would just be brought in straight in by truck. It would come in by belt over to the truck stop, which would be, picking up at this spot here, and then run over there to where it would drive over there to where the uranium is. All right, well, I think we know what our first objective needs to be then. I'm going to have to build the road out, which is something that I've known that I was going to do. Kind of, for a while I was thinking, well, maybe I won't do that, and then I've kind of gone back to that again. So that's it up there, right? I think. Yep. So yeah, it looks like this is a pretty decent shot. I can get it right over there, I think. I mean, road's at a good altitude and stuff. Okay, let's go back and collect the materials I need, and we'll start working on the road. Go ahead and set okay. Blueprints up. Say we need, I'll probably need about 60 road pieces, I think. We'll start with 40. And then we'll need a truck stop. No, not a truck. A truck station. And yeah, we'll save that other stuff for next time. So that'll be enough for now. I was thinking, well, we could go ahead and wire. Oh, you know what though? I do want to do the get the fuel over to the logistics production. Yeah, I mean, probably do a Mark 1 miner, really. Yeah, because it's just pulling up enough coal to keep one truck running. So yeah, well, we'll do a Mark 2. I mean, why not, right? It's not like we're strapped for materials or anything. Yeah, I would rather run a Mark II and run it at like 25%. That'll get like, I don't know, 60 per minute or something. He'll probably burn like 40 every round trip. So every time he comes back to fuel up, it'll be Yeah, we're still going to be using that area up there for the plants, but it's going to have a completely different orientation than what I was guessing. Because yeah, we're going to need all kinds of stuff built. Now we have to grab some paint, and we need some modular frames, and make 2 of these miners and grab some paint. That's here. Yep. Yeah, I'll grab this. Oh, my inventory's full, huh? Oh, well, look at that. All right. Here, I'll put this in there, and oh, and we had a pale berry and some nuts. I'll turn this thing into power shards. Put the power shards back too. I won't need those either. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bring the materials for one of those, just so I can see how it will connect to that parking lot that I'm building for the yeah, so there's the nuke spot. Yeah, we'll fly by the site so you can see what I've changed. I've pulled up all the nuke plants for one. But yeah, I'm just turning it into, you know, a great big concreted lake. Because it turns out the problem with trying to use that as what I had envisioned is the water consumption is even greater than I thought, and you know, I was assuming it was going to be extreme, but yeah, after looking into it, it is fucking off the charts. The I mean, they consume, like, they say 50, but it's not 50 per minute. It's like 50 per microcycle or something. And so, yeah, Total Eclipse estimated that it was best to have three. But he was overclocking his 250%. We're only going 50%. But he was saying that his setup had 3 extractors for each power plant. So it's consuming 300 water at 250%, right? 250% clock. So with us, yeah, so you figure what? Let's say if it's 300 at 250%, then that's still like 120 water. So yeah, I mean, you're still going to be using 1 per, and then you overclock it and it's 180. So then you're going to have to overclock 1 water extractor and have 1 for each nuclear reactor. It's still over the top. I mean, if you're going to have 6 of them, you're going to need six water extractors, each overclocked 50%. Oh, God. Let me make sure I'm lined up with it. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, that's not even enough. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because if you're gonna build a parking lot, you want a road leading into it. You know, it's not stand in the middle of the road anymore. Now that I have a little lip of a road to stand on. Looks like I overestimated it. Yeah, that's not too bad though. I can just. I'll just put that's why I tried to get out of your way, mister. Okay, that's probably far enough. And then because that gives us the line we need for the other side of the road and all of that. So all right, and the coal deposit's right over there, so that's not too bad. Okay, so let's put the truck stop on this side here. It's going to need more room. Yeah, I don't think that's enough room because, this truck's got to be able to turn around in this space. So, it's going to have to be a bit bigger, I think. Yeah, because I mean they don't turn like the tractors. They're a bit more space needy. Let's just say, yeah. So let's have it that way. Yeah, in that way, if I have to have, if something changes and I need to have more trucks bringing that sulfur back, then I'll have a big enough space for them to turn around and all of that. So I don't foresee that, but man, there's a lot of stuff I ain't foreseen. Yeah, I don't need it on that side. I need it over here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go like maybe 3 more. Alright, yeah, that looks like that's probably enough room for the truck to turn around. We'll just go ahead and add 1 more there. Yeah, perfect. And we'll just add some around the outside. I'll have to go back and pick up some more concrete. I should have grabbed some. That's okay, though. At least I feel like we're accomplishing something, I mean, first looking at those numbers and I was like, oh my god, how is this even going to be possible? But yeah, that looks good. Alrighty, just give them a little That was not what I wanted. Oh well. 'Huh. Good as new. Yeah, we make this yellow, maybe. Let's see. Customizer, colors. Yeah. Oh no, we want this one to be. There you go. All right, looking pretty good. Now let's just see where that 605 and right there. So if we put it right here, I think that will be good. So let's clear this off. And outdoor logistics, single conveyor bus. Oh man, look at that. Look how that fits. Oh man, that's perfect. Come on. Yep, it's coming the right way and everything. You know what? Oh my god. Let me see if I can get it to attach one level lower. And then the conveyor could run under this platform and feed right in. Oh man, that would be sweet. Let's see if I can get it to attach there. No, it went higher. Well, man, get where you want. I think I got it. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Just get it over to. Oh, yeah. And that's the right direction, too, ain't it? It sure is. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. I want it up one higher. Oh. So that the walkway will line up. Yeah. Damn. That would have looked even better. All right. All right. Damn, I thought I had it. It looked good, too. Man, I've been using this single belt thing even way more than the double, man. Oh yeah. Ah man, I don't think it's gonna work. Well, it would work. Yeah, it would work. Let's see if I can get it right here. Ooh. I just have to make these back ones a 1 or 2 meter thick one, so that there's enough room for the conveyor to go under the road. Come on, man. Stop fucking with me. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I could do it if I get this. Sometimes if you give it something to snap to, it like responds better, so. I mean, come on, man. Like, seriously? You can't see what I'm trying to get you to snap to? Okay, let's just build a little platform for me to walk out on over there. Like, how can you not see what I'm trying to get you to snap to? I just removed that. I don't understand the logic of this thing at all sometimes. Like, oh, that might be it right there. Yep. Is it going the right way? I guess we'll know in a second. Can't tell. Yep, still going the right way. Oh, but it's not lined up to the foundation if I do it that way. It doesn't matter. Nah, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Yep, that's perfect. And so one more scan for the sulfur. Yep, perfectly lined up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Shit. I'm a fucking genius. What is this? Oh, that's, yeah, I'm taking that away. It's just, for now, it's, I used it to help me guide where I wanted the blueprint to, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you just want a 1. It's at the right level, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to be hurting anything. You can use the 1 meters as long as you make sure that they're at the they end up at the point where a 4 meter would. That's the kind of the thing. You know what? Normally I wouldn't do this, but we are going to just extend that out. It gives me all the room I need to walk around down there. Alright, and that's the fuel, which also needs to be open, so I'll make sure that that stays open. This is the input for that. It's going to be a Mark III belt. Goes in there. It's a Mark I belt. We got to put a thing down there for that. The Mark I belt goes there. Alright. Yeah. Huh, interesting. Not sure why that happened. Oh, I know why. Okay. Yeah, that one's in the wrong. That one's in the wrong place. You want them both on the thin. Yeah, they have to be on the right foundation, or else it won't give you the right length. It's like, wait a minute, why is it all the way down there? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it had to be far enough back to do it. Yeah, that's what you want. And the Mark I belt. Okay. So then this one is going to go right here, I think. Yeah. And it'll be a Mark I going that way, and where? There. So that's the one that's going down and will be fed by that coal deposit over there. And then this one is the one that's going to be fed by this belt coming right here. Which, you know what? Why not just make it match, y'all? Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with that. That's a pretty good outcome. So just lower that. No, I think that's fine where it's at then. Dude, that is sweet right there. I think that's probably one of the best truck stations I've ever set up. I gotta admit, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, all right, let's head back, and I'll get the rest of the concrete we need to finish at least finish out this um, work order that I put in. In fact, let's go back to it because. Yeah, let's grab 2 stacks. Yeah, at least the where the uranium is like very clear, you know. Man, this is this is quite an ordeal. Yeah, the reason I'm laying off of trains for now is that I have a feeling for the big factory, I'm gonna have to use at least 1 train to move some of the materials around because some of these items are really resource intensive, particularly the nuclear pasta. You're not going to be able to make enough of the copper powder at the same facility that you're uh, making the nuclear pasta or the high impact frames or whatever they call them. Those can probably be flown over by drone though, because you know you only need I think 1 or 2 of them per nuclear pasta, so the drones can bring them in. But the infrastructure it takes to make them is pretty intense. And make sure I have enough rods and plates too, just to be on the safe side. No, I do not. I get more rods, 1 more stack, and 1 more stack of plates, and that should do it. Yeah, that's good. No, how about we'll get 1 more stack of those, and I'll leave this coal behind too. I didn't realize I still had that in the inventory. I just picked it up while I was clearing out the materials that were in the where the nuclear power site's going to be, and I remembered that I need to make more gas masks. So I was like, well, I'll be using it pretty soon. So, just bring it. What's this here? Oh, got a text message. Let me just check. Oh. Not work related. I should have known it wasn't going to be work related. I got all my work done. Actually heard back from everybody and everything, so I didn't even need to make no more phone calls for the day. Let's see what time. Okay, cool. We got about 45 minutes left in this stream. Yep, right here. You hear a lot of rustling? Oh, ho, ho, okay. Let's put that across there, and this will be the feed line. Right over here, we'll do a zoop vertical. And back to zoop. Oh my god, you did it again, man. How many of these do I gotta throw down for you to go where I need you to go? Again. Is it really going that much higher, dude? I mean... Stupid animal. Oh, it's all the way over there. I didn't need to go all the way over here then. Sorry about shooting you, bud. Turns out, you weren't even in the way. I think probably this one. Nope, even further in. This one? Yep, this one. I can see it from here. Perfect. Man, this is such a such a cool one. Alright, so those things can only hold 60, so we'll go ahead and just max out that belt and say, you know, give me 60, so it's going to run at 50%. Yeah, that autosave. It's just like constant. I'm sure it has something to do with it being early access, that it just, you know, they suspect there's going to be more errors and what have you, so they just went over the top with it. Alright, there you go. And we'll just continue on with that one, right? Yep. That looks good. All right, let's grab a power connector. Oh my God, you jumped right off. Yeah. You can barely see it. There's just a tiny wire sticking off. Okay, cool. There you go. And this is sulfur pickup. Say yeah, this one. Yeah. Yeah, this is just for the encased uranium cells, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll just call it uranium cells for ease of. All right. Oh yeah, we got to run the belt now. We got the power, now we got to run the belt. Yeah, this kind of stuff, this is why it takes so long, because there's like all these things you got to do, and you got to keep running back and forth, and you know. But and this is just to get sulfur over there, right? This isn't even the quick wire or whatever else it needed. The silica isn't going to be that tough. The uranium, that's going to take a lot. I'm going to have to build a hell of a tower to get that thing up. And then that's it. Yeah, so it's silica, which is already sourced, sulfur, which we're sourcing now, quick wire we have yet to source, and the uranium is going to be a pretty big tower, but we're actually going to build the facility at the foot of that mountain. So that's kind of, yeah, that's not as bad as it could be. Of course, that is only one of the materials we need. However, the other one is the encased industrial beams. So I'm going to pick a place to make that where where they have access to, you know, something that I can use to make steel, and you know, which honestly we could borrow some more of that petroleum coke over there. Yeah, and then just you know, route it over to wherever there's some iron, and well, there's some iron left over. Yeah, there's a whole untapped iron deposit at that oscillator factory, so I could probably just make them right there. Yeah. Oh boy, that would make that whole area radioactive. Oof, I don't know about that. But I might be able to make. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might be able to send it off in the woods back there somewhere. Yeah, boy. Well, I could make them there, and it would be maybe the industrial beams and the electro mag rods. I could make them there, and then a drone would fly the encased uranium cells there, so it would just be, you know, two overclocked constructors making the fuel rods and another drone flying them out. Yeah. Boy, we sure are doing a lot with drones, though, ain't we? Oh, boy. So how's that going to work? Because if I put the batteries there so you can pick up the silica, I mean, I guess I could just have the... Yeah, I could put the drone at this place and then just have one of the drones that's doing the encased uranium cells. I could just route it and tell it to then go pick up the silica and drop it over there. So then it would pick up enough batteries at that location to do both runs. So it would just be one drone, but it would go pick up the... Oh boy, but you really don't want any interruption to your fuel, man. Ugh, I don't know. We're going to have to think about that one, but that's for another time. At this point, what we're doing is sourcing the sulfur. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hopefully at least get a few more segments of road built. Yeah, I don't like changing the... like when you've got a supply chain worked out, particularly when it's something that's providing power, you don't want it to change course at any point, especially if you have it changing course to go do something that is supplying material to another part of that same fuel, because then if something stutters, then it's stuck at one place waiting for instructions and it will never move on to the next. Then you've got a total system failure, which with nuclear power, that can create all manner of problems. Ah, you dick. Alright, we're going to change where that's located then. There you go. All right. Fuel is accounted for. Well, that makes the truck stop pretty much done. Now, yeah, I mean, it pretty much could just, it's just going to go out like one or two segment, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just going to go out like, you know, right where, you see what I mean? And that looks correct. Yep. Oop. Yeah, it's basically just going to go out like, you know, 4 and then turn. So it's just going to be running, you know, opposite this road, which will look kind of cool. And I actually like that because that means that it won't be crisscrossing this truck's traffic much, you know, which is always a concern when you have, you know, more than one vehicle using the same road. Are they gonna cross each other's paths? The AI is actually not bad when it comes to treating vehicles crossing each other's paths, as long as you have created a way for it to go. You run into problems when they come into head on. Head on is no bueno. That they've really just got no resolution for it at all. They don't know what to do, and they will just sit there and stare at each other basically indefinitely until you have changed it. So, yep, that one was exactly where it needed to be. Yeah, so then, you know, as long as that's why I always, you know, make them look like roads, because then you know which side of the road to drive on when you're uh, routing them and stuff. Because if you keep them going on like the same side of the road, uh, when they're heading one direction and the other side when they're heading the other, then they'll just like slow down when there's another vehicle there, or, you know, wait until another vehicle turns before they go. So they'll like give each other right away and stuff. But yeah, if they counter each other head on and there's nowhere for them to go, they They just stop. So let's see, we'll go. Yeah, we're going to go out, a little bit, just so that we make sure that the road is completely cleared of the other road before we start our turn. And that's probably good enough. So then you want to go like 4 with the road that is going to be, the one that's going the same direction during the turn. 2, 3, 4. And then basically what you do is you place like this one there. And you can go ahead and remove those and just replace them. That gives you that. And you go over here and you grab you some of this. And you put the corner one right here. Oh, did it twice. Yeah, I think I actually didn't quite give it enough space, but it'll still work. It just, required a little bit of editing, because now that you're on this side, you've got to line up by sidewalk, so that you get the right turn. Because these sidewalks are going to have to go. Yeah, and then that one. Yep. So you got to remove this one, and that one, and this, and that, and that, and that. And of course, you got to have that one so that. Let's see here. We'll make it a. Yep, there you go. Yeah, see how that worked? Yeah. And all this just to source rubber or sulfur over there, Crazy. Yeah, I don't know why I was so confused about how to do the cells, because I was already going to have 2 or 3 drone bays there, because you're going to have one of them bringing batteries, one of them bringing sulfur, and one of them delivering the completed cells to the next place that it's got to go. So, yeah, I mean that's not even a concern. The the bigger concern is going to be how to get the completed fuel rods to the plant. Now that's going to be done by drone, but from where? I guess I could just have it to where that same drone did that. He would fly the the uranium cells to the fuel rod factory. The fuel rod factory would process them into the completed fuel rods. Then, after it delivers that, it would just jump over one to the next port, grab those fuel cells, and fly them over to the nuclear power plant, and then head back over to the fuel cell plant to get recharged, get its new batteries, and pick up the next load of the cells. I think that would work because the burn time on those on the fuel rods is very long. So yeah, the biggest problem there is going to be how to make the electromagnetic rods, because I haven't even really looked into it. I know it involves using stators, so we're going to have to look at what goes into those magnetic rods to know everything that I'm going to need. But I think that petroleum coke is definitely the answer to our steel problem. It produces a lot of steel too, so if it is stators that it needs, I don't think that's going to be a problem. We're just going to have to find another copper location, because I don't want it pulling any other supplies from that facility over there. Hi there. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. The northern forest has so many resources, so I'm certain that there's copper. Yeah, nearby there. I mean, I hope. Okay. Well, we're needing to head back and pick up some more concrete and stuff, but I feel like we've made a pretty good progress today. Unfortunately, my original plan for the nuclear power plant had to be completely scrapped. But other than that, I'd say we did A-okay. I feel like we've made some progress here, getting the sulfur sourced. And that was going to be the one that was the most esoteric, shall we say, from you know, like, well, where are you going to get sulfur? But I had remembered that we had spotted some over there while I was trying to figure out where to build the isolator factory or oscillator factory. Plenty of concrete over there. I sure wish that oh yeah, there's a node right in front of the oscillator factory, and yeah, but I don't know if I can get to it. Yeah, I'd have to completely reorganize everything to make that happen. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's land here for a second. We got a few minutes before we're done. Let's see, any more copper around? Oh yeah, right there, 134 meters. Yeah, look at that. Right there's copper. Cool. Pure. Okay. And how about some limestone? Is there any limestone around? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, the northern forest is known for having just ridiculous amounts of resources. Oop. Ow. Oh my god, man. I'm gonna be like 120 feet in the air now. Yep. Yeah, that one ended up completely buried, and for me to unbury it would be just not really in the cards. Yeah, I think I have a couple of alternate recipes for the electromagnetic control rods, so we'll have to play around with it and see what other options I have. But a lot of that stuff we'll be worrying about this weekend as we push towards the activation of a nuclear power plant. I mean, I'd like to say it's definitely happening this weekend, but don't really know. hopefully very, very soon, because we're running out of time before 1.0 release, and I'd really like to, you know, at least have a few of those elevator parts, going into the elevator when we call this the pre 1.0 series, man. Oh, I was curious to see what my point value is now. Yep, it's going up again. That's good to know. Yeah, we had a sudden increase. Huh. Must have been one of the containers at the supercomputer factory probably finally filled up. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for the day, unfortunately, because by the time I get back from my evening engagement, it'll be far too late to do another stream. But I only have 2 appointments tomorrow, and then I have some phone calls to make when I get back to set up my schedule for Friday. And after that's done, then we'll get on it. Of course, Friday night's going to be the long stream as we try to get as much of this supercomputer. Look where my brain is. I'm just feel like I'm caught in a time warp. Nuclear power plant is up and running. We're gonna try to push for it to be flicking the switch on no later than Monday morning. So this weekend is going to be a real crunch. But all right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you again tomorrow. And take care of yourselves out there. Nobody else is looking out for us, so we got to look out for each other. Always remember that.